You can't eliminate what you won't confront. That weakness inside of you, it's not hiding in the shadows. It's sitting right in front of you every single day. It's in the moment you hit snooze when you said you'd rise early. It's in the doubt you let creep in when opportunity knocked. It's in the voice that whispers, "You're not ready, you're not good enough, maybe tomorrow." But here's the truth. That weakness only has power because you keep pretending. It's not there. You dress it up. You disguise it as being tired, being too busy, waiting for the right time. But it's weakness. And the longer you ignore it, the stronger it gets. You have to look it dead in the eye. You have to name it. Own it. Say, yeah, that's me. That's who I've been. But that's not who I'm staying. Because acknowledgement isn't defeat. It's the first swing. It's the moment you stop lying to yourself and start fighting for yourself. No more blame. No more distractions. No more pointing fingers. The only battle that matters is the one inside. And it starts with telling the truth about who you are right now, so you can become who you're meant to be. Motivation is loud, flashy. It shows up when things feel good. When the sun is shining, the path is clear, and you're already winning. Motivation's right there clapping for you. But when the storm hits, when the weight gets heavy, when nobody's watching and your back's against the wall, motivation disappears. It runs, it hides. And in that silence, the only thing that shows up is discipline. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask for your mood, your energy, or your excuses. Discipline is the voice that says, get up, when everything in you says, stay down. It's the reason champions train when they're tired, show up when they're uninspired, and keep going when the crowd stops cheering. Because discipline isn't built in comfort. It's built in repetition. In those small, silent choices that nobody claps for. Waking up early, showing up on time, saying no to shortcuts, saying yes to the grind. Motivation will get you started, but discipline? That's what finishes the race. That's what builds the kind of character that doesn't just chase greatness, it becomes it. Look around you, really look. The people you talk to, the conversations you entertain, the habits you normalize, that's your reflection. That's your standard. You might think you can rise while staying planted in the same soil, but you can't grow in a garden full of weeds. If you're constantly surrounded by people who settle, who make excuses, who mock ambition and glorify comfort, don't be surprised when you start thinking, acting, and living the same way. Energy is contagious. So is mediocrity. You pick up what's around you. If you hang with people who coast through life, you'll start easing off the gas too. But when you're surrounded by those who push, who hustle, who chase something higher, it forces you to level up or step out. That pressure, that's not a threat, that's a gift. Because your environment is either building you or breaking you. If you want to change your life, change what's normal around you. Raise your standard. Stop apologizing for wanting more. Cut ties with comfort, not out of hate, but out of hunger. Because greatness doesn't grow where it's coddled. It grows where it's challenged. Every excuse you've ever made felt real in the moment. You were tired. You were busy. You didn't have the resources, the time, the support. But let's call it what it is. A lie dressed up to sound like a reason. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to protect our pride. to justify our stagnation, to feel okay about standing still. But every time you lean on an excuse, you trade progress for comfort. You choose the illusion of safety over the risk of growth. You think you're saving yourself from failure, but you're only robbing yourself of greatness. Because here's the raw truth. Someone with less time, less talent, fewer opportunities is out there getting it done. Why? Because they refuse to make excuses. They chose accountability over comfort. They decided their future was more important than their feelings. Excuses are easy. That's why most people use them. But if you want to be more than average, you've got to stop feeding yourself lies. Start asking the hard questions. What am I avoiding? What fear am I hiding behind? What truth am I not facing? Because once you stop lying to yourself, once you own every flaw, every failure, every choice, you take your power back. And that's when change begins. There is no strength without struggle, no greatness without pain. You want power, you want discipline, confidence, clarity. It's not gifted, it's earned. And the currency is pain. Not the kind that breaks you, but the kind that builds you. The kind that shows up when you're working before sunrise, grinding when no one claps, pushing through failure, rejection, doubt. That kind of pain, that's the fire, that's the forge. Everybody wants success until they feel what it costs, until they realize growth isn't glamorous. It's gritty, it's lonely, it hurts. But that hurt is your teacher. It's your mirror. It reveals who you really are when things aren't easy, when the plan falls apart, when nothing goes your way. That's where the real you shows up or disappears. Pain humbles you. It sharpens you. It strips away the fake, the soft, the convenient. It forces you to decide, am I going to stay down or am I going to rise stronger? You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's hard. That's the price of power. You either pay it or you stay powerless. This isn't a one-time thing. It's not a moment, not a single decision, not a fire that burns for a day and fades. The fight is daily. Every morning, you wake up to a war between who you are and who you could be, between comfort and purpose, between excuses and execution. And the truth is, no one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you discipline. No one's going to drag you to greatness. It's on you every single day. You don't beat weakness once and walk away victorious. It keeps coming back. It whispers in your ear when the alarm clock rings. It creeps in when you fail, when you're tired, when the results don't show up fast enough. And if you're not fighting, you're losing. That's the rule. The moment you stop swinging, stop pushing, stop choosing the hard right over the easy wrong, that's when weakness wins. But here's the good news. Every day is another round, another shot to be better than yesterday, to push further, to dig deeper, to prove to yourself that you won't be defeated by laziness, fear, or doubt. Not today, not ever. So lace up, lock in. The fight is waiting, and so is the version of you that's been dying to break through.